Hi everyone, looking at the charts today, we got kind of a sideways choppy day. We went a little bit higher on the SPY charts, hitting that major trend. That was the target. We said we missed it yesterday. We got to it here today. And then we started to roll over a little bit, but let's take a quick look at the markets before we jump into the weekend video. Do me a quick favor and like and subscribe and watch the video till the end to help out the channel, and let's get started. Quick reminder, we did get retail sales and they slumped to a 0.9 in January, a little bit less than expectations. Previous number was revised up a little bit there, so estimate was for a 0.2 decline. Autos fell 0.4. Forecast consensus for 0.3. Overall, not super great here on the retail sales. Markets didn't seem to care a ton. You can see goods, music, and bookstore sales falling 4.6%. That was the largest faller there. And you can see futures fell slightly negative, but really didn't care overall. Not enough to shake markets, but a little bit of a decline here, showing that the U.S. consumer is not potentially as strong as we previously thought. Moving over to fear and greed, we stepped down to a 44 with markets kind of holding pretty much flat on the day. For the SPY charts, neutral here on momentum. Strength continues to kind of flatten and grind slowly higher. Breadth really holding flat here, slowly grinding lower. Put call ratio did dip down a little bit more back into greed there. Volatility dipping a little bit lower. Overall, these metrics are generally bullish for me. I think we're seeing some of that volatility come out, some of the uncertainty, which generally gives markets room to the upside, and we'll see if that follows through. Moving over to the charts, starting off with the S&Ps, you can see we actually were just barely negative 3 cents on the day. We threw some wicks to the level and we're selling off just a smidgen after hours. Momentum is still bullish. RSI's kind of mixed. We're right at these kind of wick highs. We thought we were going to the trend. We touched the trend. We rejected from there. It's selling just a smidgen after hours. Is this going to be a major double top? Certainly a possibility. We'll see if it ends up playing out on the Monday, but key resistance there, and I need to put a level. We'll add that on the Sunday video. The wick high from that Friday was 610.78, and then the high today was 610.99. So we wicked that level and then rejected from it. Moving over to the Tasty charts here, you can see we hit that upper band yesterday, pull back in time. We said that was a possibility. When you hit these upper bands, usually you kind of either slowly grind higher or you kind of get this pullback in time or a slight pullback in price. Seems like we're getting a little bit of a pullback in time, maybe a little bit in price. Current support is going to be 607.63. As long as that holds, we're in good shape. Overall, still bullish, just looking like a little bit of a pullback. Moving over to the NASDAQ, similar thesis here. The level was 538.28. We talked about it yesterday. We broke 533, headed towards 538.28. Momentum bullish, RSI bullish. Everything says still pretty good. Came to the level, closed pretty much right at it. 538.15 was the level. After hours, threw a little bit of a wick through it again. We're still back below it here, 538.20. Holding at the level, momentum rolling over just a little bit. Is this going to be a massive double top? Still absolutely a possibility. If it rejects from there, I think that's going to be absolutely huge for markets. If we push through, super, super bullish for me. So we'll see. Key zone here going into the Monday. Moving over to the Tasty charts here on the hourly, we did continue to kind of slowly grind along that 8 EMA on the hourly chart. Right now that is sitting at 537.48. It held all session on a closing basis. Not a ton of volume, not a ton of momentum, but slowly grinding higher right to that key level. Second ATR band is right now 538.75, so right in that same level, and then your upper band is going to be 539.98. So only about $1.50 of potential upside there. Moving over to the Russell and the Dow, similar thesis to the SPY charts, basically unchanged, down just 17 cents, slightly below the level there, 226.02. It got all the way as high as 227.98. Fortunately, I did not bite on that rally. I was patient and held my position. So overall, pretty good day, honestly, on the Russell there with the basically unchanged price action. And then looking at the Dow, down just a smidgen, 1/3%, still just above the level, 445.16 is the level. You got some trend support in there holding up as well. Momentum bearish, RSI bearish, but structurally it's not changing quite yet. Moving over to Apple and Microsoft. Apple continues to be an absolute rocket ship over the last 3 days. Incredible run, 1.8, 1.9, and 1.27%. Broke the level here. Is it going to go to the trend at 225? It's definitely in play now with the 3 up days that we've had. Super, super aggressive. Really 4 up days in a row. Once we got this break here at 230, it's been off to the races. Somebody's buying up Apple in high amounts or potentially some stock buybacks. Looks very, very strong. Microsoft, not so much, down 0.5%, continues to hover right at these very important levels, right at these wick lows, waiting to see if it gets down to that 394 level, which I still believe that it will. Moving over to Tesla and NVIDIA. Tesla was basically unchanged, still holding this thesis right at that 9 EMA. Touched it, rejected from there, still holding the level 355.03. After hours falling a smidgen below it. We'll see if it rolls or not. And then you got NVIDIA, just continues to go pretty much straight up. Had a very slight pullback here, breakout retest of the level 130.35. So far, still looking for that 140.76 level. That was the target once we held the support in here. And it seems like we're going to get there. That's about another $2 higher. I think we can absolutely go. After hours, it's down a smidgen. You still got the gap fill here. The level there is 142.62. So $2, maybe $4 of potential upside. Momentum bullish, RSI bullish. NVIDIA continues to look really, really good. And then real quick, I want to look at Meta here. Meta continues to go straight up every single day. This is like 20 days in a row or something insane like that. RSI almost at an 84 on a closing basis. Incredible. Just continues to go straight up every day. Another $8 on this stock. Is it going to go to the trend here at 770? Seems certainly possible. And then Broadcom continues to consolidate. It's been flat for basically 2 weeks of trading. This is probably done. My guess is the next move is probably down, but it could absolutely just kind of sideways chop in here for a long time. Very similar to what Microsoft has been doing. Moving over to staples and discretionaries, a little bit of an everything sell. Staples was down 1% after the really powerful day it had yesterday. Current support 80.54. If that holds, you're in good shape. Discretionaries basically unchanged, down just 10 cents, rejecting from this zone. This was the zone we talked about. Got the 55.21 VWAP all in the same zone here between 228 and really 229. So if it rejects from there, I would expect a lower low, and then your target would be 215.06. Moving over to breadth here just for a second. Breadth continues to hold up really well, honestly. 20-day did touch the level of 51.75 and then reject, closing a little bit negative on the day. Nothing too crazy, still very much in the same trading range that we've been in, but the 50-day looks really, really good. So we got a continuation here up to that 144 EMA. 57.63 was the level. The high of day was 57.65, so we touched that level just by a couple of pennies there. And then we did reject slightly, but still holding in this range. Either way, this still looks like a consolidation to potentially swinging higher. And it's above the 50 line. 20-day, not so much. So a little bit mixed, but overall holding up well with the kind of sideways choppy action that we saw over the past couple of weeks on breadth. Moving over to the dollar continues to sell pretty aggressively, just straight down over the past 3 days. You can see it started here, big wick to these resistance areas, and then continued to sell straight down over the last 2 days. Really 3, but mid-session on that third day, and you can see momentum bearish, RSI bearish, right to the level. 106.84 was the level. We touched that level. We're closed below it just a little bit. Are we going to continue lower to 105? We'll see. Based on this, you would kind of expect it to. It is a lower low, but sometimes you kind of get a retracement, lower high, then continuation lower. Potentially going to happen in there, but either way, the dollar is showing a little bit of weakness. Interesting. If that continues, equity should be relatively strong. Moving over to my accounts, I made a little bit of money. Not too bad, pretty much in line with the markets here. Qs $2.25 higher, made about $2.16. Overall good there. Obviously plenty of money left in these calls, $592 over the next 5 trading days. It says 7 days, obviously that includes the weekend. So 5 trading days to collect that money. Good to go on that. We're pretty much right at my max profit. Max profit is $537.70 or so, $537.69. I'm concerned we might see a little bit of selling from that resistance area, which is why I didn't roll up and out at all. And I'm fine collecting this $6. I can be patient here with plenty of protection, not in a hurry at all. And then on the Russell, made $29. Good. Russell was down on the day. You like to see it. Rolled out to 226 for the Tuesday session for 97 cents. Forgot Monday was an off day, so this is not even a full 5 trading days, only 4 trading days for that money. So good to go. Everything is fine. Neutral on the Russell. Slightly bullish on the Qs if we can break out, but even if it sells off, plenty of protection down to that 532 area. So neutral to slightly bullish in my opinion. Let me know down in the comments section what you thought of the markets today. Did you expect the NASDAQ to continue to rally like this while the Russell and the SPY did kind of stall out? Let me know. Otherwise, like and subscribe if you got any value out of this video. Make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on any future episodes. Of course, none of this is financial advice. This is all for entertainment purposes. Good luck in your trading and have a great day.